You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Vanderpump Rules After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Vanderpump Rules After Show.
I know he my number one fan.
I like that editing.
That bitch, and you wanna get mad, bitch. I don't give a damn. This is how I do. You is how it don't.
We're just gonna sit here for the hour listening to this song, so I hope you're ready for that. But if you're not ready for that, this is the Vanderpump Rules AFTERBUZZ TV After Show. This is Season 2, Episode 4, Rumors. I'm your number one rumor, Jake Dupree, and my rumor is that I've been sleeping around with...
Kristina Zias.
Who's been sleeping around with?
Sabrina Walker.
And she's been sleeping around with
Michelle Renee.
Hooking it on the streets. Hooking it, honey. All right, so let's get started with this episode because a lot of very interesting things happened. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so we first come into Jack's. He's walking into Kitson on Melrose, and he is about to do a photo shoot for their online store. I'm gonna call this. I think that it is. I think this was a fake photo shoot. I think that the production team put this together for them to do. I really do, because it looked. I mean, I'm sure online stuff is not as elaborate as like a regular photo shoot for like a magazine spread, but this was cheap as hell. Like, I'm sorry, it was so cheap.
And it was like in the back of their store.
Yeah, right. It was like, oh, okay, let's throw on some outfits, and you get to change in this like sheet area. I don't know.
And they found a girl that looked remarkably like Stassi.
That's hilarious.
And remarkably basic, too.
I thought she was cute. I thought she was pretty too, and I kind of feel bad for her because I felt like she was getting played. Like, she was probably, like, told what to say.
She's probably on production team or something.
She's like the PA or something. Poor girl.
I love that they were like, oh, do you have tattoo? We love your tattoos. Like, oh, what's that one on your arm? And he's like, oh, this one? It's conveniently located right here where the camera is located. Oh, it just has my ex-girlfriend. Oh, that's really, and like, it's just nauseating. Like, I find all of his scenes nauseating.
I thought he was going to try to play Stassi a little bit. I thought he was going to be like, oh, this is the only one I have, and then not show the Stassi tat, and then she, I thought that was going to be the storyline.
See, that would be better if he was like, oh, it's me. It says, like, if he said, like, something like sassy or whatever, like, it says, like, I'm sassy or something.
The only thing worse than having Stassi on your arm is having sassy. I'm sorry.
But, like, I feel like if he was going to have a tattoo, it would be, like, in like sassy, like Japanese, like in Japanese or something, where they like told him it means something else, but it means
yes, definitely that would happen to him. I love that.
I would hope that would happen with him. But like this, and then this whole like through line with Well, let's move on to like I want to talk about the scenes where Jax came over to Stassi's apartment and she was all pissed that he got in a photo shoot with a girl. And I was like, why are you gonna have a problem with somebody's job that they're getting paid for to take pictures with someone? And like, if it happens to be a girl, like, who cares? I mean, I know she said that he has a problem controlling himself, but like, shut up. You don't have a say over that.
I just feel like she needs to cut the cord already.
Yeah.
Because
why care? If you're not together, then why does she care so much? Especially
when she keeps saying like, why you're like 35 years old and you're still a bartender, and she wants him to get another job. So obviously she cares a lot, but I mean, I think she's just still like a little jealous and obviously doesn't trust him and feels like and probably loves the attention from him, like as any girl would.
Yeah.
But like right now she needs to like cut it.
For sure.
I think she just likes busting his balls.
I think she just like gets off on it. Like he said, I mean, he likes it too. I think he's like a glutton for punishment.
I just think it's getting so old though. It's the same thing.
It's tired.
Every episode. I'm tired.
For like a season and a half now.
Yeah.
Getting tired.
I'm ready for them because I know they're not together, and obviously on Watch What Happens Live. Did y'all see that?
I didn't watch it.
I mean, she was literally like as far off camera like as she could get from him, and literally had her back to him the whole time like this, talking to Andy
like
Cohen.
Super cold shoulder.
It was the most uncomfortable thing I've seen on that show before.
I just think it's weird that that was one of her like ultimatum, I guess, part
that was, like,
that
on
he
her.
had to like stop modeling with women to like in order for her to give him a second chance. But it's like if you don't trust someone enough to allow them to be able to do their job, then why would you even want to have a
with them.
relationship with them?
Boop.
Why would you even
Yeah.
want to give them the chance?
Drop the mic. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
She needs to cut the cord. On to the next.
So let's move on to the next scene. Kristen and Katie, they meet up with Stassi, and Stassi tells them she kissed Jax, and we find out that Kristen and Tom finally has sex. It was a really, really riveting conversation that happened. Yawn. That's all I have to say. And then at the same time, we see Tom and Jax, they're going to lunch, and Jax is talking about his modeling job, and they talk about the drama. So let's talk about the drama right now.
Am I the only one who just thinks it's like extremely weird to have a group of friends that like all know about your sex life and are so happy to know that you finally had sex for the first time in months?
I mean, I guess if it's been a long time, they would be happy for you.
I mean, I don't know. I
talking
just think
about,
like this is a weird conversation to have with your friends.
Yeah.
Not that like, I mean, I guess you talk about like sexual things with your friends and about your partner, obviously, but they're like, we finally had sex. Like, it was great. It happened twice.
I feel like this whole group is so incestuous. Like, they know everything that happens.
Yeah.
Very incestuous.
Like,
yeah.
I took a poo, like, the other week. Oh, my God. Thank God.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Glad it passed. Yeah.
I can't.
I mean, yeah, I think that's more so something that I could see happening at the beginning of a relationship. Like, oh, we finally hooked up for the first time and it was good or it was bad. But I do kind of agree that for them to have been dating this long, it's kind of like, who cares? I think there's other things that they could have discussed at lunch.
And they've been together for 6 years, so we know it doesn't happen all the time like it probably used to. So, like, cool, whatever. Move on.
It just made me uncomfortable. I feel bad for them. I don't know.
You feel bad for Kristen and Tom?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. I feel bad for Tom, I think. I mean, I don't think that he should have cheated on her, and I understand where she's coming from, but, like, if it's that big of an issue, move on.
Yeah. I just feel bad for them because I think that they're just so complacent and comfortable, and I could imagine how scary that is. And we were talking about this earlier, it's obviously a lot easier to be in a relationship than to leave it.
Right.
So I just feel bad for them in that sense, where I feel like that maybe they should have left it a long time ago. And it's probably just getting harder and harder and harder. So I kind of like sympathize with them on that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then we see, moving on to Kristina Kelly. She had a big episode this week. I think both new girls had an episode this week, a good episode. And she meets up with Lisa and Ken, and she's like delivering something to them, and then she's like, I love her. This was bitchy to say, but it was funny. Kristen smells like old coffee and cigarettes.
She's never smelled like that when she's been here.
Yeah, she always smells great.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kristina Kelly must know something we don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. I wonder why they're like being so catty toward each other.
That's what I wrote this down. Kristina Kelly, because she's a new character and we haven't seen past drama between her and Kristen, she just comes off as a hater / a mean girl / a bitch. So she needs to watch it, because I don't think that, even though a lot of fans I don't think like Kristen, I think more fans are going to dislike Kristina for talking about her, because it's unwarranted.
Because I'm sure that there's history that we haven't seen, obviously, but like coming into it, she's just like spouting off these mean things, and later on in that lunch, whenever she says all that stuff, like, why are you with Tom? It's like, who are you? Like, who the hell are you?
That's
We don't know who you are.
That's what was going through my mind when she was talking. I'm just like, what are you saying? Who are you?
Why do you
don't really care?
Yeah, why does she feel comfortable enough to tell Kristen that she doesn't need to be with Tom anymore? It's like, okay, if she is their friend, where was she last season?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think we saw her at all last season. No party scenes, no nothing.
You want to know what's really interesting too? Like, besides Kristen, she also hates on Sheena as well. And it's funny because she's always like, oh, like, just go tell Sheena, like, you'll be friends with her, and like she'll tell you whatever she wants. I mean, she said that to Stassi, but like she's kind of like up Stassi's ass at the same time too. So I don't know.
Just reminds me of Regina George or something.
Yeah,
Who Kristina does.
Yeah, just like her whole, bad. I don't know. She just like comes in the room and she's like constantly talking about someone else that isn't there. I don't know.
I hope that she's not on our show with us, because I'm about to say something kind of mean. But she radiates negativity for me.
Yeah.
Like, I see her and I'm like, I wouldn't be friends with you. Like, you just look, like, mean. You just look mean. Like, I feel like she would say, like, she'd be, like, super nice to my face, and as soon as I would leave the room, she would be like,
Absolutely.
oh, he's so awful, you know?
Yeah. I think she needs to develop her own storyline. I don't know if she has one, but right now she just seems like a little sidekick that's feeding off other people's drama.
Yeah.
That's what I see from her too. I just feel like there's no personality. I feel like she's just like kind of like fighting for airtime. So just saying like whatever she can to like get in everyone else's storyline.
And this is us commenting on what we see from the show. Like, we don't know her history with like the group, so this is just what we see, and I'm sure that's what you see too.
I bet you she's like really cool.
Maybe she's super awesome. Watch, she'll be on and we'll be like, you're our favorite.
Definitely.
Kristina Kelly came on and she was actually so nice. And then someone will tweet that we were mean girls to her.
Yeah, you guys are so fake. Yeah, we get it. So we see Jax come over. We talked about this a minute ago. Jax comes over to Stassi's apartment. They have a conversation. Of course, Jax brings up, Stassi brings up the fact that you're like throwing it in my face, that you have this tattoo, you know. It's just weird. Like, I'm so over the two of them. I'm just over it.
Why does she need him to come over to hang a picture?
Because production needs him to come over and have a scene. It's true.
Fair enough.
It's true.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Moving on to another pointless scene was when Tom and Kristen talk in their apartment, and Tom magically bought all this stuff like flowers and groceries and candles that he was like gonna hang on the wall. They have this like siesta moment, like laying on a lounge chair with like some rum and lemonade drinks. It was just like, okay, this is really, really scripted.
I wish they had Mexican music playing in the background.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, it probably would have made it more interesting. I mean, like, and I like the two of them. I liked them last week here. I mean, but that scene was just like,
I agree the scene was kind of
fake.
Yeah. I mean, it just, like, it's one of those scenes where you're like, okay, I could have done without that in the episode. But it was refreshing to see them getting along, because up until this episode, every other scene with them together is them arguing, one of them crying, somebody cussing. So it was actually refreshing to see that side of the relationship, that they maybe actually do like each
have
other
fun
a little
sometimes.
bit. And I liked the candles. I thought that was cute.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was a good Tiffany blue.
Yeah. I like the flowers, because flowers are so underrated, and I don't understand, like, guys, if you're listening, like, flowers really do a lot. Like, seriously, like, a bouquet of flowers could really change a girl's mood.
Even if it's like $5 at the Ralph's, like, I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love a flower. It's like a good panty dropper. Obviously, for Kristina it is. And then we see, moving on to, Lisa sits down with Guillermo and Natalie and Ken, and they all talk about, who are we going to bring on as a bartender for this new bar at Sir? And I was like, segue. Let's go. Ariana's coming to Sir. And I love Ariana. I've met her outside in life, just in regular life, real life, and she's cool. I really like her, so I'm anxious to see what she's going to play out. And I thought she had a really funny episode. The scene with her and Sheena was kind of bitchy.
It was
so mean.
Really
it was really
mean.
bitchy. I was like,
really
I really like Ariana too, but that was mean. And Sheena was mean too.
Yeah, they were both. It was like a little like catty. I mean, it's like talking with your best friend, and like, people, nobody really should see that, like what you say about other people to your best friend. But unfortunately, we're on a reality show, so we do see like what they say, and I mean, it was just a little uncomfortable.
Did Kristen like text her yesterday or whenever they watched the episode and say like, "Hey, that was mean, fuck you," or like what?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That was bad, and I say mean things about people all the time, but that was bad.
I love that Ariana was like, my impression of Sir is that everyone that works there is a basket case. I was like, that's funny. Like, she is funny. I think she's really quick, and she's like, she reminds me of Stassi. Like, she has good lines. Like, I mean, it was mean, but she was like, I'm prettier than you, I'm smarter than you, I'm cooler than you. That's funny. It's a little bitchy, but it's funny. It's a good line. It's a really good line.
It's funny. That didn't even bother me. There was something else, and I can't remember.
She said she has mirrors in her house.
Yeah,
that was
Sheena said that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was mean.
Yeah. Ariana was like, Kristen should feel lucky
to be with Tom, because she's like, way out.
Basically.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it changes anything, but I was thinking, like, are they a couple drinks in? Like, is this not their first drink? It doesn't make it better that they said it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like
the filter was off a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, would you really say that sober
I feel like they
on
would.
camera?
Yeah.
I just feel like that kind of makes Sheena more of a target than she already is with like the glasses and the foot and everything else. Yeah.
I think if asked, they would probably say, because you know how sometimes they'll come in and we'll ask them, well, why did you do this? You guys seem like you were friends. And it would be like, there was things behind the scene that you didn't see. Kristen had just said this about us. And so for me to say that, it wasn't even mean. Like, I think it would be one of those instances where they would say that they were saying mean things about her to get her back for something she had done to them.
Yeah. Ariana was said that she thinks that Kristen doesn't like her because she's super insecure.
And because apparently she screwed her boyfriend.
And apparently she screwed her boyfriend.
Do y'all think she had sex with him or not?
I mean, I don't know if they have had sex. I think they maybe like made out.
Okay.
Do you think so? Or do you know so?
I kind of...
You think so?
I'll just leave it at that. I'll give you the smile and that's it. I kind of do know that they made out a long time ago.
While they were together.
I don't know that.
Well, they've been together for 5 years.
Yeah, and she's only been there for 2
years.
So
do the math.
And Jack said, I mean, let's just put it this way. I haven't seen them have sex. Insinuating that they had sex. And that's the only way he can get out of saying that they didn't is by saying that he didn't see them have sex.
I think my favorite part of this episode was Stassi just like talking about Jax being such a liar.
Yeah, that was great.
I just think it's hilarious because like I don't know how like everyone could take him seriously when apparently he is like a blatant like bloody liar. Like to your face about everything and makes stuff up. Like doesn't even exaggerate, just makes things up.
And it sucks like whenever Stassi has to sit down with Sheena and be like, well, I heard this from Jax and we all know he's a liar and it's probably not true. I'm just going to talk about it anyway like it is actual fact.
Well, maybe it was more so timeline. You know how guys do this? And I mean, Ariana, she's really cute. She's really hot.
Yeah.
So maybe Tom was trying to get some extra like guy points and insinuated that they hooked up and so that's where Jax got it from.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. It could have not happened.
Ariana's really hot, and she looked cute there, but like in person, she looks hot.
That body is banging.
Her body is really good.
And I liked the little braid thing she had.
And that outfit was really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then I liked her Sir uniform with like I think it's outfit from American Apparel, that like leotard that has like the open sheer stuff. Mm-hmm. She looked hot.
She looks hot. Mm-hmm.
I was like, it's kind of refreshing having her there because whenever Tom was training her at the bar, like you said this, it's the most fun we've seen him have.
It was sad
like,
almost.
It was really cool. Like I was like, I wish that the two of them would, I don't know, kind of be together. And I know Kristen's gonna hate me for saying that. But
she's gonna hate you. But they were like, it was refreshing to see him being so playful.
Yeah, it was like, it's nice. Like that's the part that I feel like is missing from their relationship. Like we always see like the dark and like depressing stuff with the two of them, and I want them to have fun and just like be young and like have fun and be 30 and have fun. Amen. And be whatever and have fun. Like I don't know, it doesn't have to be that stressful. I don't think.
Can I say something? Head over to iTunes and sorry,
if you're having fun.
I didn't have a good segue into that, so I just wanted to head over to iTunes and tell us if you like Ariana or make any other comments about the AfterBuzz TV show for Vanderpump Rules. Rate and comment on our after show. Leave us questions, and yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Next
it.
scene. I'm so bad at that.
And of course, Kristen comes back to work after being gone for 2 weeks, and Lisa sits down with her and is like, I had to make an example out of you. And they bring up, of course, Ariana again. And I love that they all just like know all this stuff about each other. Like in any other job, if this stuff would happen somewhere, they'd be like, "You're done. Like, leave it alone." Like it's crazy that I know that it has a reality show, so awesome. Like this is great for us to watch. But at any other professional place, they'd be like,
"Nuh-uh.
No." The second that there's all this stupid drama, they'd be like, "You're done. Get out."
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I also thought it was interesting that Kristen, even though she's not been the best employee ever, she's the only person that lied about her and Ariana's situation.
Yeah.
And I think for your boss, it's okay in that situation to lie and like sweep things under the rug. And everyone else, like Ariana told the truth, and then Jax, of course, told Guillermo. Like, there's drama with Ariana, and I'm like, why would you tell your boss that? Just suck it up and like
just starting stuff for no reason.
Yeah. So I was proud of Kristen.
He kind of is a little pot stirrer.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. He's stirring the pot.
And then, like, he brings it up to Stassi again. Like, did you hear who's working here? Ariana. And Stassi's like, I don't care. I like Ariana. She's cool. He's like, don't you remember they, like, hooked up or something? And then of course, that caused the whole, like, shitstorm with Stassi and Sheena. And Stassi, she puts out a good line. Like, I have to commend her on that. Like, what she said about if you're bringing in a home-wrecking whore in this restaurant, the shit's going to hit the fan. I was like, oh, my God.
Shade.
Yeah. I was like, oh, she's coming for her. Like, Stassi can't let that go. I remember on the first season, like, the first, like, out the gate, first episode, she was like, I don't want Sheena to be in this restaurant because she's a home-wrecking whore. And I was like, oh, my God. And she didn't want Sheena to be around Jax. It's just ridiculous. Like, they're all so, like, they're just, like, crazy. Like, I can't imagine, like, real life, like, your actual life is like fighting with people like all the time. Like, I know it's like we say like it's, you know, producer driven, but like these people are actually like around each other. Like the housewives, they don't have to be around each other.
These people work together.
Yeah.
I don't know how they don't get their asses kicked by the other servers.
Maybe they're just as dramatic.
I don't know.
Or they're probably just trying to suck up to him too, so they can get invited to the parties and be in the scene. In the background, like photo bombing.
Yeah. Please pick me. I mean,
like that girl who was like, no, that girl Danielle or Danny or whatever. That chick was trying to stir the pot.
Like, so, I mean, that was like so much. And then like she came up. Oh, so you're training her? And Ariana, you can see Ariana. Like Ariana doesn't wear like the. Like producer driven face very well. Like she's like, oh, okay, like you just got told to say that. Like that's really stupid. Like you're dumb.
And then she goes back into the kitchen and is like, yeah, Tom and them are out there. You should hear the way they're talking to each other.
Like go out there, get out there,
just go see them. Like you'll obviously know something's going on.
And then I love magically how they were like, oh, I know who we can ask. Sheena, next scene. Like, you know, it's just like,
and that's right at the time that Sheena's closing out too.
Yeah. Oh, so convenient. Like very, very convenient. And then at the same time, Kristen walks out at the same time, and oh my God, there's this tension of Kristen walking down the alley, and you know.
How's Kristen not going to even acknowledge Sheena's presence?
Like literally.
Like doesn't even like as if like she was wearing an imaginary cape, like an invisible cape. I mean, she just didn't even see her there.
She was like,
she saw the cocktails, but not Sheena.
Like, Stassi, are you done? Stassi was like, no. And then
she did like a head nod. She like nodded in direction and was like, that's super awkward. Just walk. Just go.
It was such bad acting on Kristen's part.
Yeah.
Like
it was
bad.
She is the actor of the group as well, so that's not a good sign.
But I'm anxious.
Glad she got that job back against her.
I'm anxious to see where this is gonna go. Like I hope that there's like some confrontation scene with like Ariana and Kristen. I don't know, because I think it'd be really funny.
Be entertaining.
Do you think Ariana's gonna go to Cabo?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because that's when the drama all happens. Spoiler alert.
Not that we know anything.
Yeah, not that we know all the details of the show. I'm just saying that. All right, see, the last scene is Kristen and Katie meeting up with Stassi and Kristina, and this is the scene where I was like, Kristina, like honestly, I was like, who the F are you? I literally wrote that down. Like, who are you? Like, we don't know who you are. And then for her to bring up this whole thing with Kristen, like, it's just weird. Like, it's strange. Like, I don't get it.
Well, you know when Kristen was like, I don't want this to be the topic of conversation, her and Tom's relationship, and Kristina was like, yeah, but it is. And she's like, but it doesn't have to be. And the truth is, it didn't have to be. Like, mind your own effing business.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I know that
Kristina Kelly?
I know that Kristen brought it up. Like, she was like, oh, what were you doing with Sheena? But Stassi didn't have to turn it into this whole big thing. And Kristina Kelly didn't have to turn it into this whole big thing. Like, the three of them against Kristen.
And why did Kristen have to get up and go?
I think she should have fought a little bit and like stood up for herself even more. I mean, I think she did do a good job of standing up for herself, like you're like calling Stassi a bitch and stuff. But I don't know. I wanted her to like really like defend herself and say, let's just move on. We don't have to talk about this.
And was this before she paid the tab? Because if that was my friend, I would be like, look, before you start out, go ahead on. You got to be able to pay.
I thought that too. I was like, look at her good. I would do that too. I'd be like, you're a bitch. I'm leaving. You get to pay the bill.
They're all left at the end, like trying to split whatever she had.
And what did y'all think? Like Katie said that Kristen left because she knew that they were right about Ariana and Tom. What do you think about that? Do you think that that's why Kristen left? Like, do you think she was like running away from problems, or do you think that she's just like, I'm done, I don't want to talk about this?
I don't think she necessarily like meant that they were right about Ariana and Tom.
I think that's what she meant.
I thought she was just saying that like Kristen and Tom like need to call it quits. Yeah.
They made that. Yeah.
And I think it might be a little bit of both. Like I said before, I think it's like really hard to admit to yourself that like this is over, like that this relationship isn't good for you. But it's probably like even harder having like, your friends or people that are close to you who think they know everything about your relationship telling you that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And I mean, we don't know Kristina Kelly's relationship. I mean, she said she had just hooked up with someone, so maybe she has a boyfriend or someone she's hooking up with. Katie and Tom, they seem to be doing good. But as far as Jax and Stassi go, like, that's not really the best example. So I would feel like my friend was being a hypocrite if she were telling me to get out of this relationship, and then in the previous breath she was saying how she had kissed, her ex-boyfriend who cheated on her as well. So I mean, I do totally agree that they need to kind of take a break from things, but at the same time, I could understand how she would be frustrated with her friends.
Yeah,
as poor examples.
They are. It's like you said last week, the pot calling the kettle black. Like, I feel like this whole season is going to just revolve around that statement. Like, that's their Housewives tagline. If Vanderpump Rules had a Housewives tagline, I like to... What
I like to be a hypocrite.
I like to be a hypocrite. What are you? So let's move into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV
Christina,
News.
take it away.
Okay, so I don't know if any of you guys have watched E! News today. Did you guys watch it?
A little bit.
Okay,
not the whole thing.
Lisa Vanderpump was guest co-host for the day.
Okay.
And at one point, I guess they were. She was answering some tweets, and one of them was, "Who is your favorite server, I guess, from Vanderpump Rules?" And she said Stassi was. And it was like very blatant, Stassi. And she did kind of like spin it like where she thought Stassi was the best character or like had the best role on the show and was just like really, really funny. But it was very interesting to see, especially after the whole episode on Watch What Happens Live where she chose Stassi over Sheena as well. So it was like, burn. I feel bad for Sheena.
I guarantee you Sheena was not happy
Sheena's
about that.
flipping out for sure.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Ouch. Dig.
Yeah.
Not cool.
It's cold.
Yeah,
But,
ice cold.
In life, it happens, and just
You might not be someone's favorite.
you might not be someone's favorite, but that doesn't mean that someone doesn't like you. I mean, I think that she probably likes both of them, but if she has to choose one, she does choose Stassi, and we know Lisa's very like matter of fact, so
Yeah.
I say what you mean, don't say
And I think as an executive producer, Stassi is like reality TV gold.
For sure.
Like, she has no filter. Like, she says whatever you kind of want her to say, Like, if she wants to say those things, but like you don't have to probe her to say things, I think. So that's our news and gossip.
I got some news and gossip.
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay, so I totally did. Okay, I was on Media Takeout this morning, and apparently Drake he did have a concert last night in LA at the Staples Center, and there's been rumors that him and Rihanna are like cooking up or whatever. So after the concert, they went to dinner / maybe a club, and on Media Takeout they had Drake and Rihanna went out to a club last night after the concert, and look at this girl's tweets or whatever. She got kicked out of her table by Drake and Rihanna, and I scroll down and it's tweets from Kristen. So I guess
wait, what?
Yeah, I guess that Kristen Doty, and like one of them was like, I don't know exactly what it said, but it was like getting kicked out of your table for Drake and Rihanna, shit happens. Holly weird, I don't hate it, or something like that. And what I thought was really ironic about the whole thing is Media Takeout, obviously they catered to more like a black clientele, but they were like, look at what this girl had to say, and they didn't even know that she was like a character on Vanderpump Rules. So I kind of wanted to comment and be like, oh, she's a reality television star, actually. But I just thought that was interesting that Kristen got kicked out of their table.
So she got kicked out. She wasn't observing someone else getting kicked out.
No. And not that she got kicked out of the club, but what I gathered was that Drake and Rihanna came, and since they're like bigger celebrities, then their table would have either gotten moved or they would have had to like just leave, I guess, because they're obviously going to give the table to Drake and Rihanna because they're going to spend more money and like pop more bottles.
What a small world.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I'm kind of glad that she got to witness it because that's really cool to see Drake and Rihanna.
Yeah. And she was a really good sport about it too. Like her tweets were not like, I can't believe they kicked me out after I just spent
She's
like
this is
$5,000.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They kicked me out and it was awesome.
Yeah, that's really great. All right, so let's move into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I'm going to predict that Ariana and Kristen get in a fight. That's my hope. Like in a yelling, verbal, screaming match.
And I'm going to predict it's because Ariana and Tom got caught in the SUR bathroom together.
Ooh.
I was going to predict that they were going to hook up. Maybe in the bathroom, who knows?
Yeah. Keep it interesting. Michelle?
I don't have that specific of a prediction. I predict that Tom and Katie don't get invited back next season because they don't have anything interesting going on in their lives.
Ooh.
That was really mean, but I didn't have anything else to say. So.
I mean, Stassi wants new characters for the next season, so we'll see what Princess Stassi gets. But if you want to follow me at Princess Jake. No, at Jake_Dupree on Twitter and on Instagram at Jake Dupree. Facebook, Jake Dupree, JakeDupree.com. Blair, bye.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Miss Zias.
Twitter and Instagram at Sabrina P. Walker.
Twitter and Instagram at Michelle Renee LA.
We'll see you next walk. Bye.
Woo.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.